I want to begin by asking you to use your imagination. For some of you, this might not be so hard because I'm going to ask that you would picture yourself in a dry, desolate place. Our new friends from South Africa have no problem imagining this. They have come into some really hot weather here in Texas, but I want you to imagine that you are actually in a very desolate place. Maybe you've seen a scene like this in the movies, or maybe you've had a friend who shares a story like this, but I want you to imagine now it's you. Like you are in a dry desert, and you're weary, and you're tired, and you're thirsty, and you do not think that there's much hope for your future. I remember when I graduated from seminary, my first ministry role was in Lubbock, Texas. Go Red Raiders. I know, wrong part of Texas. But it was so, I was so excited about this opportunity because I had been a guy who had made a lot of mistakes in his life, and I made a mess of things and faced some consequences of poor choices. I was one of those guys who had spent a good portion of life in the parched desert without much hope for the future. And now God had taken this guy and given him an opportunity to serve in a church community that was making a difference in Western Texas. I was the college pastor, and I was so excited that God had given this opportunity to me. But then when we were actually on our way to Lubbock, it was not what I was expecting. I had spent most of my time on the East Coast. I grew up on the East Coast. I did my seminary work in Virginia. And I still remember the day we packed up our U-Haul and we started heading west through the beautiful mountains and all the things in Tennessee. And then we got to the Metroplex, Dallas-Fort Worth area, and we were headed west on I-20. And if you've ever made that road from Dallas to Lubbock on I-20, it's like a super desolate place. My wife and I didn't know that tumbleweeds were a real thing. And we're on the highway, and they're actually going across the road. And my wife was here with me. She's had to follow me to some crazy places, but she gave me that look. Your wives know the look. She gave me the look, where the heck are you taking our family? And I was like in that position, maybe you can relate, where I'm like from the desert to hopefulness, but then what you're experiencing isn't like what you thought. Can you relate to that experience? In fact, I hold that picture in my mind a lot because I do think that is what the Christian journey is about often. You know, we find ourselves in a really hard place, but then we have some hope because of Christ, and then we are in the life of Christ, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's not what we expect.